Good evening, boys and girls. We are back down the garage for the third time this week. Ironically, it's also the third time I filmed this intro because I can't get my words out tonight. I'm going to put that down to tiredness, so there's probably going to be an awful lot of gobbledygook come out of this cake hole this evening. But we have got some skim content, we have got some Fiesta content, and we've got some extra Fiesta content. Marv, who has a Duratec supercharged Fiesta, is bringing it over this evening for us to have a look at some idle issues he's got since changing over his throttle body. So quite excited to have a look at that. You would have seen it before on the channel. He's been at a few shows and bits and pieces, but we never really had a look at it, so it'd be good to wave the camera at it in detail. Last time you saw this, I just finished painting the underside of it. I came over here this morning for a couple of hours before, it was my kid's sports day today and I spent all day in the field, hence the rather red face. But this morning I came down here for a couple of hours before that and I got all the running gear back on. So yeah, we've got anti-roll bars back on, front hub assemblies are back on. I didn't strip them down, we literally just unbolted the top wishbone, unbolted the bottom wishbone, dropped the whole thing out as a complete assembly, which made it really easy for them to go back on. It's literally 4 bolts at the top, 2 bolts at the bottom and a shock absorber one. So yeah, that made life really easy. Steering rack is back in, cleaned up, painted up, etc. We've got fresh lines, I say fresh lines, they're the original lines, we've just cleaned them all up so they look nice and shiny. This one still needs some cleaning up, but we are on a bit of a time constraint because, like I said, shows in not too long a time. So things like the hub assemblies are easy enough to get off. For me to be able, like, one weekend just take one hub assembly off and give it a clean up. So I've not really got to worry too much about. Sorry, I'm just trying to tie this door back whilst I'm talking to you. I've not really got to worry too much about trying to get that done before the car goes back together. So 2 things I want to do this evening on the Fiesta. One is it's a bit dark in here, isn't it? But one is fix these windows in and get them sorted. I know we haven't got the quarter lights yet. I have ordered the bronze doodah for that. That should be here at the end of this week, possibly early next week. So I'll get that fitted when it turns up. But I want to get these back ones all put in anyway. I want to paint the strut brace for now. I'm just going to do it in a satin black. We might do something with it afterwards, but we'll see. For now, satin black is going to be the one. I need to get the turbo clamp back on because I put the housing in. It's too dark in it for you guys to see, really. I should just roll the car out. I can get the housing. I've got the housing back in. I just need to put the V-band clamp on the back of it to actually hold it to the intake turbine. And then I want to get the car jacked up and cut the exhaust off. Well, I say cut the exhaust off. Drop the exhaust off, cut the resonator out and re-weld that resonator back in. I just need to check that I have got the exhaust pipe here. I'm sure I did have a length of 2.5 stainless exhaust left over from when we messed around with it last time. So right, let's get the car rolled out, shall we? Okay, right. First job is going to be to plug the extension lead in. So we've got some light and heater on in the garage. I will quickly drop the strut brace off. Let's get some satin black on that because under that infrared heater that will dry in about 20 minutes flat. And then we will jack this up in the air, get the exhaust off of it and go from there. I mean, it has got a ridiculous amount of camber at the moment, but it does look quite good. But yeah, right, I'm waffling. I'm going to get this set up and then I'll catch you in a second. Right, okay, so I have now got set up. I've actually done a little bit more than get set up, but car's in the air. You'll notice the exhaust is missing. We'll get onto that in a minute. So we have now got set up. So I've got light on in here. I've got the heater on, infrared heater. This is baking up on the underside, so I'll give that another sort of 20 minutes or so, flip it over, do the top side, let that bake, and then obviously it can go back on the car. Little red is up in the air after I've sulked. With no exhaust on the bottom, as you can see. The exhaust is in here. So we do have a nice piece of 2.5 inch pipe. I'll put you down there, and then basically the car goes something like as it goes down the road. Anyway, yeah, a bit childish, I know. Anyway, basically my exhaust is a single box, single resonator system. So it comes off the turbo, V-band connects to the turbo downpipe here, goes through this little flexi here, straight in to this resonator. Now this is quite a long, it's a very long, very thin resonator. As you can see, the bottom of it has taken a bit of a beating at points. So shout out to Profusion Exhaust, because that's taken an absolute beating, and well, to be perfectly honest, doesn't actually look that bad. So if memory serves me right, this was, I think I'm going to measure it, was this an 18 inch? It wasn't, this was 22 inches. 22 inches of resonator in there. And I think, if I'm honest with you, it does quieten it down quite a bit. We have got the big back box on the back. I think this resonator is actually, sorry, that's a really bad angle. I think this resonator is actually taking away some of the spiciness of the exhaust. So basically, I'm going to cut the resonator out, and I'm going to weld this piece of piping where that resonator was, so that it just goes down to being a single box after the turbo. Worst case scenario is it's really loud and it's horrible and I don't like it. Well, I'll just weld this one back in. That's the beauty of being able to do your own welding. So that's what I'm going to go with. This was all MIG'd up. I did this all with a MIG way back when, and to be fair, it's held up pretty well. To be honest, it's not the prettiest in the world, held up quite well. The only slight issue I may have, and I'm going to work it out as I go along, but basically, as you can see, this resonator had slip couplers on the end of it, and I've slid this in and just welded around a slip coupler. I'm hoping I might be able to cut half of this off. I can't remember how far in I poked this pipe. I'm hoping I might be able to cut half of this off and then actually use the slip coupling as like a joiner, basically, and just weld one either side, because this side I basically welded the flexi straight to, there is a bit of pipe in the inside, but I butted these up and then like welded it all together in one go. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but yeah, we're going to see. I'm not going to try and tack, and well, I'm going to basically cut everything, tack it all up, throw it on the car, make sure it still fits, although there's not really an awful lot of science behind this. It's like cut a certain length out, weld a certain length back in, can't really go wrong. And then basically just get it all welded up, throw it on the car, start the car up and see what it sounds like. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to crack on. I'm going to put you over here somewhere today rather than up there, because I keep messing all the frame angles up and you can't actually see what the fucking's going on. So yeah, I'm going to try that. Right, come on, stop waffling for the second time. Let's go. Right, very quickly before the battery runs out then, that is it, all tiggity-dooed up. So yeah, not the prettiest in the world, but like I say, I'm no expert welder. So yeah, she's all done. Dean and Marv are just trying to put the turbo compressor housing back on the turbo. So once that is done, we can get this bolted up and see how she sounds. Sorry neighbours. Right, it is on. I think it warped quite a lot when I welded it because we had to fuck around with this V-band and that V-band and got the jack handle, shoved it down the end of the exhaust and bent it into place, but it's in. It is 20 past 10. I'm going to quickly start it and I mean I'm not going to rev it up.
Like the morning sounds noisy in this thing.
Yeah, but I have just taken the fucking 22-inch resonator out of it.
That's small potatoes.
We're about to find out whether it's small potatoes or not, aren't we?
Still got to leave in this, that's pretty good.
Exactly.
Have to put... Your car will get covered in lots of black stuff.
I mean, I don't...
Roll it forward a little bit.
Not to get covered in turbo.
Ow!
Under it. This is the night of everyone with noisy cars trying to roll them down the road out of the way.
Have we made it quieter? I think definitely an hour, or it's more of a... You can hear the unequal header length a lot more.
Get up a little now, see.
Fair question.
I don't know. I reckon we made it quieter.
You could have revved it.
I could have done. Yeah, I don't really want my old fucking... The neighbour and my old man both coming storming. Oh, what the fuck's going on?
I've still got to leave. If you can like make it so the police don't turn up
That'd be great.
and block me in.
Well, what we'll do is we'll go for a drive this weekend. Well, I mean, it sounded alright. It wasn't blowing like fuck. It's on there. We'll see.
See what happens.
So that resonator obviously did fuck all.
Sounds about right.
Right, okay. Should we fuck about with some camber and caster adjustment?
Go on then.
Sounds good. Right.
I would
see you
say
in a minute.
get the laser level out, but it's in my pocket, so.
Okay, that's fine. I don't want to be putting my hands in your pocket. I know what's next to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Fine. Okay. Right. Catch you in a minute. Right. Right. I'm not sure even what the last thing you guys saw was, but I'll quickly run over what we've done. I think the last thing you guys saw was when we started the car up and the exhaust was quieter than before. Maybe, I don't know. We need to take it for a drive and see what it sounds like. Obviously I'm not going to do that now. I mean, it's late now, midnight, something like that. I just finished packing up. Marv went ages ago. Didn't actually get a chance to wave the camera around his car, to be fair. Spent so long doing different bits and pieces, so well it's just an excuse to go for a beer in it and you know, look at his car then. But we did get the idle issue sorted. Well, half of the idle issue sorted on that. At least it's drivable now. I've got the strut brace back on, which I think you would have seen in an earlier clip, but I didn't actually say. But yeah, that's now all painted. So just a satin black for now, nothing too fancy. But yeah, overall I'm quite happy with how that came out, to be honest. I think it's in keeping with the car. I mean, the holes in that match the holes in the doors that I drilled, so I guess so. We've got the turbo back on. Again, I painted that black. I'm not sure I like that black.
No.
That turbo has it. No, I mean, I painted it because it was looking ropey as shit, but I don't know, I'm not sure I like it. I mean,
See how it lasts.
like I say, I'm not going to do anything about it now. But yeah, we've got that on. The exhaust didn't sound like it was leaking from anywhere, did it, when we started it up? So hopefully we're all good on that front. And go from there. So I was going to try and get the nose cone back on the skimmer tonight, but that looks like I need to jack that up, so I'll tackle that another day because it's too late and I need to go home for a shower and yeah, clean up and whatnot. Thankfully I'm off work tomorrow, but Dean is not. Dean's got to go uptown. So yeah, I will. I mean, I'm meant to be going on like a 12-mile fucking walk tomorrow. So I signed up to a 58k walk. I've not told you this yet, have I?
No.
Yeah, I signed up to walk 58k in a really mad moment of madness. It's like 39 miles. But there we go. I mean, it's for Great Ormond Street, so it's for a good cause. But yeah, fuck my legs. Anyway, pretty much, yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm waffling now, so day 3 of these videos done and dusted. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the next time. And to be perfectly honest, probably the next time I pick up the camera, I think I'm going to take this for a drive. Like the next time I get down here, first thing I do, take it up the road quickly. I only just up the road because obviously there's no bonnet or anything on it. I literally just take it up to the end of the cul-de-sac and back down again, and just see what it sounds like and go from there. Cool. Right. See you later.